Hi there, Scott Action Jackson here with an interesting idea that came up browsing the interwebs. There have been rumors and speculation about a Resident Evil Classic Collection. So I thought I'd give my opinions on how I would tackle one of these. Now with the way I put this together, it would have to be one of those situations where it's like, where money's no issue. Because this would be like versions of each of the games. Instead of going, a little bit from this one, a little bit from that one, this thing from that one. No, I just have listed different versions, the actual versions of the games. Now, unlike other collections that they've put together in the past, this is going to be more similar to the more recent ones, like the recent Capcom Disney video games collection and the upcoming Turtles Cowabunga collection. So let's start this all off with the original Resident Evil 1. And we kick off with the original PlayStation 1 version. Then we go to the PlayStation 1 Director's Cut, PlayStation 1 Director's Cut DualShock, the Sega Saturn version, the Deadly Silence version that was on the Nintendo DS, and if possible, put on here the little prototype that was made for the Game Boy Color. Now, this isn't the only prototype one I'm going to try to list. There's going to be a few other ones as well. So after that, we go to the second game, Resident Evil 2. Now, like I stated, we'd be going with some prototypes here, so let's go with Resident Evil 1.5 to start this off, because it was kind of how we were introduced to the idea of going within, like, the Raccoon Police Department. And then we'd go to the Resident Evil 2 preview demo that was included on the PlayStation 1 Director's Cut. Then to the PlayStation 1 original version, the PlayStation 1 DualShock version, the Dreamcast version, the Nintendo 64 version, and what might be the better graphical version, the Nintendo GameCube version. Now we hop on over to Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Now from this point forward, these lists are going to be a lot shorter, so it's only going to be like a few games. With Resident Evil 3, we're going to the original PlayStation 1 version, the Dreamcast version, and the Nintendo GameCube version. From there, we go to Resident Evil Code Veronica, and in this case, kind of Code Veronica X as well. Because we'd be starting this one off with the original Dreamcast version called Code Veronica. Then we'd hop over to the PlayStation 2 where it was Code Veronica X. And then a GameCube version of Code Veronica X as well. Mostly I wanted to include the Code Veronica X because it would also include somehow the Wesker's Report, which plot-wise would go together with the rest of these. The next one would be kind of going back, aka Resident Evil 0. This right here is going to be a bit tricky because, one, there's only one official version I'd have on it, and that would be the Nintendo GameCube version. The second thing would be the Nintendo 64 prototype that they've shown off, which, much like the Game Boy Color version, wasn't officially made and released. So that is how I would try to put together a Resident Evil Classic Collection, which, the way that I put these together, just calling it a Classic Collection doesn't quite sound right. I mean, maybe I'd change it to be called, like, Resident Evil the Raccoon City Collection or something like that. But then again, if I went that route, would I have to try and throw in the Outbreak games too. No, 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 no. I'd try to do those as like a separate release. Have the Resident Evil Outbreak and Outbreak File 2 on a separate release that's updated graphical wise a bit, and have like the online servers reactivated. So I guess I kind of revealed how I would tackle two sets of collections, unfortunately. So yeah, that's how I would attempt to do it. Money's no problem. We're going to try and get every version of the games on here. Of course, that would also a question, would it be like a disc for each game, like one disc for Resident Evil 1, one disc for Resident Evil 2, one disc for Resident Evil 3, and so on. I don't know if that'd be the case, considering that there's so many versions on some of these, but I don't know. I threw these together and gave you my opinions on how I would try to tackle this. But if you agree, go and let me know down below. If you would add some more stuff, go and throw your opinions down below as well. So until next time, bye.